In this video, I'm going to discuss the difference between mitosis and meiosis. I discussed mitosis in a previous video, and I will discuss meiosis separately, but I will discuss the differences between the two now. So mitosis occurs in 4 stages. We discussed the stages of mitosis. You have prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. So there's 4 substages of mitosis. Some of those stages can be divided. You have like early prophase and late prophase, but there's 4 main subphases of mitosis. And then you have interphase. So you have the 4 stages of mitosis and then plus interphase. And interphase is just when it's between the times that the cell divides. Okay, so it's just the normal resting time. So remember, G1 synthesis S and G2 occurs during interphase. And then mitosis, we have the 4 stages: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. Mitosis occurs in all somatic cells. So somatic cells are all of our body cells, except for our sex cells. So all body cells except for our sex cells. So like in our epidermis of our skin, in our bones, in our liver, all of these cells will undergo mitosis. The purpose of mitosis is to proliferate those cells, to make new cells. So for example, your bone. So your bone is constantly undergoing what we call a remodeling process. And so cells will divide to make new cells. Our epidermis of our skin is constantly undergoing mitosis to maintain that that epidermal layer of our skin. We have cells in our mouth that are constantly undergoing mitosis. So the goal of that is just normal maintenance of body tissues. The product of mitosis is that we have 2 diploid daughter cells. So we start out with one cell, a parent cell, it undergoes mitosis, and now we have 2 diploid daughter cells. Those 2 diploid daughter cells, diploid means that the chromosome number is going to be the diploid number, so the normal chromosome number. So for humans, that diploid number is 46. So our daughter cells from mitosis are going to have the same number of chromosomes as the parent cell. So you start out with a parent cell that's got 46 chromosomes. It undergoes mitosis. The daughter cell also has 46 chromosomes. So the chromosome number is going to stay the same. Genetic variation does not change. So what that means is that the daughter cells are identical to the parent cell. So you start out with a cell, it undergoes mitosis, the daughter cell is exactly genetically the same as the parent cell. Now, as far as meiosis goes, meiosis has 8 stages of meiosis, and those are basically, there's some differences, some key differences, but the names of the phases that we saw in mitosis, so prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase, they will stay the same for meiosis, except that we now put a Roman numeral behind it. So we have prophase 1 and prophase 2. We have metaphase 1 and metaphase 2. So we divide those 8 stages of meiosis into meiosis 1 and then meiosis 2. But the subphases of each of those are going to be the same. So we have prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1. And then we have prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2, and telophase 2. And then we also have interphase for meiosis. So that's just the period when the cell is not dividing and when it's doing all this other stuff. Meiosis only occurs in germ cells, so our sex cells, our gametes, the cells that make the sperm or the eggs or the ova. Okay, so only in our germ cells. The purpose of meiosis is sexual reproduction. So humans reproduce sexually, and in order to do that, we have to have these sex cells, gametes. The product of meiosis is 4 haploid. Haploid means that the daughter cells will have half of the normal chromosomal number. So for humans, the normal chromosome number is 46. So the daughter cells, each of the 4 daughter cells will have 23 chromosomes, half of the normal chromosome number. That's what haploid means. So the chromosome number is halved. So you start out with a parent cell, you end up with 4 daughter cells that have half of the chromosome numbers. And there is genetic variation, and this is extremely important in sexually reproducing organisms. Genetic variation is necessary, and that genetic variation occurs because of what happens in meiosis. Okay, and we'll talk about that a little bit in this video and talk about it more when I discuss meiosis. And then similarities between the two. So the similarities between mitosis and meiosis is that they're going to produce new cells. You start out with a parent cell, it undergoes division, we end up with some new cells. The basic steps are going to be the same. Like I said, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. There are similarities that we will see. And then we do start out with a single parent cell. So those are similarities between mitosis and meiosis. Okay, so here we have meiosis on the top and mitosis on the bottom. We already talked about mitosis. We talked about interphase. We talked about what happens there. And we talked about prophase and metaphase and anaphase and telophase. And then we end up with these daughter cells that are diploid. They have the same chromosomal number and they are genetically identical to the parent cell. Okay? So we already talked about that. If you want to review that, you can go back and look at the mitosis video. So we're going to talk about a meiosis up here. So remember, I said meiosis occurs in two big phases. You have meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. And I'm only going to do an overview of this right now. This is a basic overview of meiosis. So in prophase 1, the big difference is between, if you look at metaphase, so look at metaphase in mitosis down here, and look at metaphase in meiosis up here. The big difference is that where you have those sister chromatids, they just line up in a line. You can see the blue and the red. They line up in a line in mitosis. In meiosis 1, instead of all of the sister chromatids lining up in just a single file line, now you have what we call homologous chromosomes that are lining up on the equator. And that is extremely important. That is a big difference between meiosis and mitosis. Mitosis, you have the sister chromatids lining up in single file across the equator of the cell. In meiosis 1, you have the homologous chromosomes, so they're lining up basically in a double file. You think about a buddy system line where you've got 2 people in line, so a double line across the equator of the cell. And then you have the pulling apart of those homologous chromosomes. And we're going to talk about homologous chromosomes because it's important that you understand what a homologous chromosome is, because that's what will allow you to understand the difference between mitosis and meiosis. Okay? But other than that, all of the what's going on is the same. So you have the lining up of the chromosomes in metaphase. In anaphase, the chromosomes are going to be pulled apart. In telophase, the cell is going to divide in 2. So then we end up with meiosis 2, and we have these 2 cells that start off in meiosis 2. Now, the divisions that take place in meiosis 2 are identical to what happens in mitosis. Okay, so you have where the sister chromatids line up on the equator of the cell. Sister chromatids are going to be pulled apart. The only difference is your end product is that you're going to end up with 4 haploid daughter cells in meiosis versus 2 diploid daughter cells in mitosis. So that's the big difference. So what the big difference between meiosis and mitosis happens in meiosis 1. So let's go talk about what homologous chromosomes are. So here are two homologous chromosomes. So homologous chromosomes, you basically, when you inherit your genes from your parents, you get a chromosome from your mom and you get a chromosome from your dad. And so that gives you two genes for a specific trait. So like for example, eye color. Eye color, I got a gene from my dad, I got a gene from my mom. My dad has brown eyes, my mom has green eyes. I received a gene from both of my parents. Um, so these homologous chromosomes, like, and maybe better if we go to the next slide so we can look at the different colors. Okay, so blue is going to represent the chromosomes from dad, and red is going to represent the chromosomes from mom. Okay, so when fertilization occurs and when conception happened and the sperm from your dad met up with the egg from your mom, I know that may be disgusting to think about, but let's just talk anatomy and physiology here. You have a chromosome from your dad and a chromosome from your mom. Okay, those are homologous chromosomes. So on this chromosome from your dad, it has all the DNA genetic information from your dad. Here has all the genetic information from your mom, and they're going to be homologous. They're called homologous because the genes will match up. So like I said, you have a gene for eye color from your mom, one from your dad. Earlobes, whether attached or detached, same thing. All of the different genes, you're going to have matching pairs, one from mom, one from dad. Well, in the synthesis phase of interphase, that's where we have DNA synthesis. So each of those chromosomes are going to duplicate. So what we end up with are what we call sister chromatids. So here's the chromosome from dad, now duplicated into sister chromatids. Here's the chromosome from mom, now duplicated into sister chromatids. Okay? In mitosis, those just line up in single file and then are separated. So you're going to end up with exactly the same genetic information in the daughter cells. Okay, nothing changes there. But in meiosis, these homologous chromosomes will pair up on the equator of the cell, and that is what's going to get pulled apart. So here we just have a summary table of mitosis and meiosis. So DNA synthesis will occur in the S phase of both meiosis and mitosis. Synapsis of homologous chromosomes. So this is where you have the matching up of these homologous chromosomes. That's what synapsis means. So that's going to occur in meiosis during prophase 1 of meiosis, but that does not occur in mitosis. That's a big difference. Crossover. So, and I'm not getting into crossover here, but crossover is something that allows for genetic diversity to occur. That happens in meiosis. It does not occur in mitosis. Homologous chromosomes line up at the metaphase plate. That happens. That's a big difference between meiosis and mitosis, because that happens in metaphase 1 of meiosis. It does not happen in mitosis. Sister chromatids line up at the metaphase plate. That happens during metaphase 2 of meiosis. Remember I said metaphase 2 is basically identical to the steps that occur in mitosis. And that's lining up of the sister chromatids, it happens in metaphase of mitosis as well. So that is in common. My metaphase of meiosis 2 and metaphase of mitosis. The outcome for meiosis, we have 4 haploid cells that are genetically different than the parent cell. In mitosis, we have 2 diploid cells that are genetically identical to each other and to the parent cell. And that is it.